Hey there, welcome back. Today's video, I'm gonna do an update on Terareum, right? One of my favorite projects, still enjoying it. It's kind of going through a boring period right now, but great team, great project, love what they're doing. I'm gonna go over some quick updates on Terapool and the website and give you just a little bit of info on that. And then the meat of this video is going to be about the life cycle of a crypto project. And this is going to be really important for you to hear. I need you to stick around and watch it to the very end. This is going to help get your mind right when you're thinking about projects, when to get in, when to get out, when to take that profit, right? Depending on your risk tolerance and investment level and all that kind of stuff, and how to stop thinking negatively when the times are boring. And if you're new into crypto or you just haven't done a ton of research, you may not understand how all of these things work and why the price goes up and down or doesn't go up and down. I'm going to explain all that to you so that you can have a clearer head and feel a little bit easier about the projects that you're in going forward. And that's what we want to do, right? We're in a bear market right now. Everything's kind of up and down. We don't really know where we're going. But this lesson I'm going to give you today is nothing but the facts. These are cold, hard facts that don't care about your feelings. It doesn't care about how much money you have invested or not invested. This is going to help you deal mentally with the struggle of going through a long-term project. Having said all that, let's get straight into the video. Hello everyone, my name is Sean. I am the Crypto Smith. If you wouldn't mind subscribing and liking. You thought I was going to say like and subscribe, but I didn't. I did it backwards. You see what I did there? Anyway, if you would do that, that would really help me out. I would really appreciate it. It helps my channel grow, all the YouTube algorithm kind of things, gets my content out there. And that's the entire reason I'm here, is to help you guys get through this crypto space. We're here today to talk about Terareum, but first we're going to just go through the market real quick. What's the market doing? I'm sure if you've been paying attention, and I'm sure you have, over the last few days, the market went down again. And we've kind of stabilized now. So we're still over 21,000 Bitcoin, Ethereum 1620, right? Nothing really to see here. We don't know which direction the market's going to go. We know we still have the market conditions that existed yesterday still exist today. So nothing major is going to change. I don't see this going one way or the other unless something major happens. So until inflation gets under control, until, maybe, I don't know, the war stops or gas prices, this, and who knows, there's a plethora of situations that have to occur in order for us to turn back into a bull run, which I think we're still another at least 6 months out. So having said that, I have no idea if that's true or not. I'm just guessing, right? I'm guessing as much as anybody else can. And I can see that the experts out there are generally wrong about what they say, but they try to keep it generic so that they can be right or wrong given certain parameters. So anyway, I'm sure you all feel the same thing. So we can go through here. Everybody has a different bag of, assorted tokens. I've got Matic and Avalanche and XRP, of course, one of my favorites, BNB, Kronos, and of course, Terareum. So we're here to talk about Terareum. Terareum updated their website. So if you haven't been on their website lately, it has a fresh look to it. I like it. It is better than the old one, even though the old one wasn't terrible, but this one is a little better. So thank you, team. Appreciate that. We're going to go through Terapool here in a second because they did launch their V2 and we're going to check out that website. Terra Exchange, this is what the exchange is going to look like. All right, and we're super excited. This exchange is going to drop sometime in the November-ish time frame. And they said give or take, a few weeks here or there. And I'm sure you understand, this kind of technology and they got to build this thing. They can have little hiccups, as they're testing and making sure security is tight. But it's going to look, I imagine, similar to most other exchanges. I really don't know what else you could do to really revolutionize, and I hate to use that word, the exchange industry. It's just the user interface. It's going to look similar to other user interfaces. There's only so much you can do. Here's the big green screen again. They just moved it to a different part of the website. Terareum NFT Exchange still coming. And here's the team, Milton, John, I always forget, Dr. Romana and Dr. Willman, right? I know Dr. Praveen and Milton, right? These guys are the two, I guess, most prevalent out there. So to the other two in the middle here, I do apologize if I forget to mention you sometimes. Obviously, just important to the team as everybody else and deserve the same amount of respect. So let's get into Terapool because Terapool did launch V2. So decentralized fundraising platform in Web 3.0. You can create a project. It's for fundraising. It's for Launchpad. We've gone over that before. Now it says 0 upcoming projects, 0 current, and 0 completed, of course, because nothing's upcoming or current. Can't be anything completed. Why are these zeros, right? We thought when this came out, maybe there's going to be a couple of projects that are going to be ready to go in this, but it's not, most likely because of marketing. I know marketing's been a thing for a while. It's really the only thing we can cling to right now that would get more interest in the project is marketing to get it out there, right? The people who own the tokens already, they don't need to know about Terareum because they already know about it. Now it has to get beyond those people into a different group of people and garner interest there. Right now, I don't hold this against the team. It's not my project. It's not my company, not my money. It's up to them. They're doing whatever they think is best. I put my faith and money trust in the team. So we're going to let them work this out on their own schedule. And I'm sure that will change in the future. This is just the rest of the site. They've upgraded some things, business, charity, how it works. This really isn't the important part of this video. Now we're going to talk about Terareum, but in the context of a life cycle of a project. And this is where people right now are getting negative and they're getting down on the space and on projects because we're in this boring period of building. And even though we're in a bear market and almost everything is down, and it's going to stay that way for some time until something fundamental changes in the rest of the market. So with that understanding, let me go through the life cycle so that you can understand when you should be getting in and out and profiting, how long you're going to hold for, so that when you go into a project the next time, you are mentally focused and you understand what you need to do and what it's going to take. Now, we are no longer in the speculative phase of crypto. That was last year up to about 6 months ago when we had the very famous Inu season, which was basically every single name out there just with an Inu at the end came out with a project. Most of them were garbage and rug pulls and scams. Very few of them that launched. Out of the hundreds and hundreds, there's probably less than a dozen still today. But that was where you could totally degen in, throw a couple $100 in, and in overnight or a couple days, you could make 10 extra money. Hopefully you got out and you made money, or you thought some of those completely garbage tokens were gonna actually build what they say they were gonna build. Then you diamond handing, which I hate that term, and I'm gonna explain that coming up here in a second. But you diamond handing your way into zero profits. Now, putting the meme coins and the garbage coins aside, now we're in utility, right? This is the utility phase of the crypto space. We had a very long speculative phase where people were just in and out. Most of those things really didn't have any utility. Most of them never had any intention of having any utility. It was just to make money. Now we're more into the utility side of the crypto space, just like Terareum. Terareum is a utility token that has no utility right now. So getting back to the life cycle of a project like Terareum, right? You're going to have your pre-sale, your white paper come out, your pre-sale, your whitelist, right? And then you have a launch. And then you can see here launching, right? Bouncing around a little bit. It's going up. There's hype. There's excitement. People are super stoked about this project. There's a lot of influence out there that are pushing it, right? And then it just starts to take off, right? And I was around during this time, and it was going big. It was going very quickly up very high, a crash, and then it goes back up, slowly back up. And then we had an issue with a fake Binance listing or something happened. I'm not really sure what exactly happened, but basically there was a lot of hype built over a Binance.us listing. And then it turned out that was a fake listing or something happened and it didn't go through. Everybody was disappointed. Everybody sold because we're all emotional creatures and, it hurt our feelings. So we have to sell our tokens, which never makes any sense, right? Right. My feelings are hurt. So I'm going to go ahead and lose some money now. So this is kind of where it went right now. It already launched. So the team, they launched, they got their money. They're working on utility now, TerraPool and Terra Exchange, right? They're getting all of these things built and worked on. And then we enter in the boring phase, right? Now, normally, I think without a crypto crash like we had, this boring phase may be up here somewhere, but it's still going to look just like this. And this is why people are negative, because we are stuck in this channel of boringness. This is very dull, very droll, a little frustrating. Everybody, win Moon, win Lambo, but we're not going to Moon and we're not going to Lambo until utility is actually established for this token. So that is the life cycle of every single project. It's going to launch. It's going to have some hype. It's going to go up. People are going to take profits. Maybe there's a hiccup here and there. So there's negativity and there's FUD thrown around. People sell their tokens. The price goes down. The team, if they're a real team and a real company, they actually plan on doing what they say they were going to do, is going to take time for them to develop whatever it is that they said they were going to develop. And for Terareum, that's the Terra Exchange and Terra Pool, and that is the utility of Terareum. Now I have to parse out two things for you that I think most people don't get. They don't consider it and they don't think about it, and maybe they don't have enough experience in the crypto world to understand what utility is. Okay, when I'm talking about utility of a token, okay, buying and selling stuff with it, that's not utility. Okay, you can do that with literally every token out there, right? If somebody has something of value that they want and you have a token or they have a token that you want, you can exchange it, right? So you just made a payment with the token. Who cares? That is not utility. NFTs, they're not utility. Staking, that's not utility. You have to have a reason. Utility is the reason for people to purchase the token. Staking is not a reason for people to purchase a token. NFTs are not a reason. Buying and selling products is not a reason for people to purchase a token. Those are all utilities for the company, right? The company is going to make money on sales of things, and they're going to keep that money, but that doesn't do anything for the price of the token, right? So in Terareum's terms, TerraPool came out, great project, great product, looks awesome. I'm sure in the future it's going to be great, and they're going to get fees for people to launch their product or do fundraising or whatever. Terareum is going to get those fees. None of that is going to translate into a higher price for us who hold the token. None of it. It doesn't do anything for the token price. We hope that it garners interest and hype and people come and purchase the token, which is the only way a token increases in value, is people have to actually purchase with sufficient volume to move the price up. That is how the price moves, and that is the only way the price moves. Okay, as we've seen, they burned 40% of the supply of the Terareum token, and the price went nowhere. It went actually down because people were sad, and upset because the price didn't go up, so they sold. And some probably lost money because they're emotional and stupid. I mean, that's what we do. The entire crypto space is built on that. So we're going to trudge through this dull time for quite some time. We have many, many more months of this. And that is where you need to understand, right? So going forward, if you're new to this, if you don't even have any Terareum, but you're new to crypto or you're relatively new, you need to consider this life cycle when you invest in another project. Okay, the days of projects going from 0 to 1 million in an hour, those days are pretty much over. You might find an occasional token out there. They're going to be tough to find. They're going to be the extremely riskiest of riskiest. Hopefully now you understand how these life cycles work, and that utility for the company doesn't mean utility for the token, right? You have to have a reason for people to buy the token. The only way the price goes up is if people buy the token. Every video I'm going to do from now on, I swear to God, I am going to keep repeating that phrase because people don't get it. They don't understand. When Moon, I'll tell you when Moon, when you get a whole bunch of people to go out there and buy the token, that's when Moon. Okay, Terareum drops the Terra Exchange, which I'm sure is going to be awesome. I'm going to be excited about it, and I'm going to be around for that. The token price is going to go nowhere, unless a bunch of people get excited about it and start purchasing the token. That's the only reason it goes up. Okay, I can't stress that enough. And it's amazing the number of people that don't truly understand that concept and how that works. Burning supply, right? Reducing the supply does not make the token any more valuable. Does not. That's not the way it works. People have to purchase with sufficient volume. Okay, repeat that to yourself over and over again until you're dreaming about it, and then you'll understand how this process works. So what are we going to do? Well, you're either going to sell right now because you're bored, or you're going to hold like I am until they come out with their blockchain. That is going to be the reason people are going to want to buy the token, is if they can interact with the blockchain, i.e. build projects on it. They need the token for that. You need the token to be able to buy and sell. So that's when real utility happens, is when the blockchain comes out. Let me give you examples. Let's go to Binance. Now, I know I'm not yet comparing this to Binance. Okay, Binance is an exchange that has their own blockchain. But before they had their own blockchain, nobody had any reason to buy the BNB token. So nobody did. Okay, it was worth nothing, basically. Let me give you another example. KuCoin, right? KuCoin, and I'm not going to show you KuCoin. KuCoin's price isn't going anywhere because there's no reason. They have an exchange. They have a huge exchange, right? And they do a ton of volume, and it's a great exchange. I use it myself. That's my primary exchange, but I've never owned a KuCoin token because you don't need to. There's no reason to own it to interact on the exchange. So when Terareum exchange comes out, there's still no reason for anybody to buy the token because you don't need it to interact on the exchange. What we're waiting for is real token utility, and you need to understand the difference. Utility for the company, utility for the token, right? You have to have utility for the company or for the token because you don't own the company, right? They make money and that's good for them. And I'm not saying anything bad about them because they're making money. That's what they're supposed to be doing. And then they have to figure out how to help us make money and the price of that token to go up. So that's where we're at right now. We are in this very long, protracted, boring period, and we're going to continue this for a little while until there's a reason for people to purchase more. That is just the way it is. And I'm sorry if it seems negative or down or you're depressed about it, but these are the facts. And as we know, they don't care about your feelings. The token doesn't care how much money you have or don't have. It's just a token that has to be bought or sold in order for the price to move. So for you, using this information going forward, you know when to get in, to get out, whether you're going to wait or diamond hand. And I'm going to tell you why I don't like that term diamond handing, because it doesn't mean anything. It's very subjective. Diamond handing for me is not the same as diamond handing for you. Okay. What diamond handing is just holding, right, until you get ready to sell, which is the same thing as paper handing, right? You're holding something until you sell it. That's all you're doing. And for all yous out there who say, I'm going to diamond hand and I'm never going to sell. Well, guess what? You're stupid because you are going to sell. You're going to wait until the price gets to a point and you've made enough profit, then you're going to sell. Just like every other person on the planet who holds crypto or any other asset out there, they're going to hold it until they sell it, right? So diamond handing doesn't mean anything. Maybe you're going to wait longer to sell because your price point is higher than somebody else's price point. But guess what? If I have 10 trillion Terareum tokens, I don't need to wait as long to get out and to make life-changing money. And if you only have 100,000 Terareum tokens or a couple of million Terareum tokens, you have to wait a lot longer for that price to move for you to have life-changing money. So diamond handing for the two of us is completely different things, and it makes no sense to even use the term. And that's my opinion. And if you don't like it, well, too bad. Sorry. Now, before I end the video, I want to let you guys know that I'm having a live stream tomorrow night. I believe it at, what time is it? It's going to be 8 o'clock Eastern time, 5 o'clock Pacific time. I'm going to have Crypto Lounge on my channel. We're going to discuss all things crypto, maybe even some other things, play to earns and NFTs. He's really into that kind of stuff. So he's going to teach me some stuff. I'm into the blue chips, really more the ISO 222 tokens like XRP, XLM, Quant, those kind of things. And we're probably going to talk about Terareum and maybe a few other community tokens. Why don't you guys join us? That would be super fun. You guys can join in. We can chat, in the chat box, and you can let me know if you have questions or you want to discuss certain projects, and we could do some research on that real quick and give you our opinions. If you wouldn't mind joining me, that would be super fun. I'm going to start live streaming way more often. I've only done a few live streams, but I need to get live streaming more so I can get more involved with my community, and we can talk and we can hang out and we can learn about each other, and I can learn whatever it is and you can learn whatever it is I know. Help us along the way, this crypto journey where all of us are going on. So having said that, I do hope you got something out of this video, right? If I can help one person out there clear their mind and get a clearer picture about what's going on in these projects and how long you need to hold in order for that price to really go up, right? There has to be real utility and not project utility, token utility. That is what you're looking for going forward when you go check out new projects. So that's the end of the video, right? I don't know why you're still here. I mean, maybe you want to like and subscribe. I would appreciate that. That'd be super cool. But with that, I'm going to see you all either tomorrow night, hopefully, or on the next video. You guys have a great day.